Man, it's been amazing. We got to see a master at work. Uh, Speaking of Mr. Chappelle, uh, just the apex, the zenith of what he does, and seeing that on the front line here in Minnesota, uncut, unsolicited, ready for the archives of history. How do you feel about that?
I thought it was a good show. I like the way he showed so much solidarity for the Somali community, the immigrant community. I like the fact that he had billboards all over the city that said, "I'm pulling up," because, Chappelle got fans who were racist. Chappelle got fans who fuck with ICE. Chappelle got fans who are Trump fans. And I like the fact that, I respect the fact that he puts his politics in his comedy. I wanted to ask you this. Let me ask you this. You told me a situation where you and Chino, shout out to Chino, walked outside of the show. Well, actually, y'all couldn't get back in because y'all was smoking. But y'all went outside to smoke, and you had a conversation with a fan outside. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it got kind of crazy because we weren't really asking for the conversation, but Buddy started talking to us, and he was saying that he was disappointed in what he was seeing Dave Chappelle do. And he was really kind of emotional about it. He was like, "Man, I didn't really come out here for this, man. I could talk to my friends about it." And he was trying to kind of find a way to make the fact that he was in support of ICE make sense to himself. And he wanted us to kind of talk him through that, basically, as two people of color standing outside the venue. He wanted us to, help him fix that internal problem. But he was saying that basically, sure, I didn't vote for this version of this, but I voted for this,
Yeah, sounds like a white guilt complex that really don't got nothing to do with Dave or nothing to do with y'all, but he had to unpack it and unload on y'all. A lot of people who take in art don't understand the cultural ramifications of black art. What we do is not just to be pretty pictures on the wall. Everything has a function. Everything is within practical use. Right? So even when they steal from us, when you go to the museums, European museums, and you go to the African section, and they in the African art section, they got like bowls and spoons and shit like this. It's like even everything we did that was practical was art.
Right.
And for someone to recognize that Dave is the GOAT, which is why you go to see him.
That's what he said, exactly. I didn't say that part. He said, he's the GOAT, but I didn't come to see this.
Yeah, like if you recognize that Dave's the GOAT, but you don't understand that he's the GOAT precisely because he's saying these things that he's saying, then you are a culture vulture. You are not deserving of that experience because you're not appreciating. I see that all the time, especially with the Unstoppable Nigger Act, which is an amazing special. That's not just a special. That's like a history lesson. That's like a blueprint on how to view the world. That's an incredible piece of work right there. And some people commented on it saying, of course, I got to state my bias because Dave's the homie, but they commented on it saying that they didn't like the politics of it. And that is precisely what I liked about it.
When did we get to the point where people who are fans of David Chappelle didn't know that politics was a part of the platform?
I think the whole time. Think about the reason why Dave left the country. He left because people were misunderstanding the point behind those skits. To this day, and with respect to the transgender community, because I try my best to be intersectional, right? And I try to give everybody space to have their grievances. Like I'm a fan of comedy, but I'm also a human being, and I try to be an intersectional activist. So just for me to speak on it, I gotta weigh in with this part of it. Dave Chappelle has always done comedy that has leaned into generalizations. He always says the N-word. He always says the B-word. He makes fun of black people as a whole. He makes fun of white people as a whole. And some might say because he's a privilege that when he makes fun of groups that he's not a part of or groups that are not marginalized like white people, that he's punching down. Yeah, I think that's a fair criticism, but then I think that that's not the type of comedy you should go see. Like, I don't have a problem with someone like, and it's me personally, I'm not speaking for everybody else. I don't have a problem with someone like Andrew Dice Clay, right? His comedy is obviously racist, right? But in the realm of comedy, I understand artistically what he's attempting to do. So I can understand. I can see the entertainment value in that, even if I'm not the audience that he's speaking for. I don't think that someone like Andrew Dice Clay or someone like that should be canceled, or someone who maybe says the N word. Like there's comedians like well, Louis did get canceled for something else, but he didn't get canceled for saying the N word. You know what I'm saying? Like Sarah Silverman has said and done questionable sketches and things like this. There's a lot of comedy out there that you would think, right? I'm speaking on this because people would assume because of my politics that I got a problem with that. But I respect the art of comedy the same way I respect the art of battle rap. Battle rap is not a politically correct situation. Correct. Neither is comedy like roast battle.
Correct.
Right? So I guess my question to you is, do you see the obvious, obvious, I'm stating, do you see the parallels between like roast battle and battle rap? Or between like edgy comedy or what they call edgy comedy and battle rap?
Yeah, for sure. Because in many cases, as a stage performer, you're gonna say or do what you gotta say or do to get over in front of that audience. In wrestling, they got this term called get over, where they'll send rookie wrestlers out, and they'll.
Chino, is he right about this? Okay.
I study a lot of wrestling. We got a amateur wrestler in my crew.
Hey, we got one in our crew too. His name is Chino Chase. We need to do an episode about wrestling and about everyone's journey with wrestling.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
So they got a term called get over, right? And a lot of times in hip hop, artists think they're getting over when they're not, and sometimes, depending on the geography, depending on the location, depending on the politics of the space, different punchlines work, different jokes work, different presentations work. You can't even wear certain stuff on stage in certain places if you hope to get over in front of certain audiences. So, I mean, I think there is a correlation.
Which side are you on? Get off the fence, son. Which side are you on? Get off the fence, son. Which side